Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's August the 4th, 2024, and it's a beautiful sunny day here in Moncton once again. And today I'm going to do a little post-crossing catch-up. A lot of my cards have been reaching their destinations in pretty quick time, so I have 11 slots now that I can send cards to. So I've pulled the profiles, I've selected the cards. I'm going to show you the cards after I read the profiles, and you can tell me whether or not I've picked the right card if you like. If I haven't, too bad. These are the cards that are going out anyways. If you're unfamiliar what postcrossing is, it is a global hobby and it's free. So you can go to postcrossing.com. You can sign up for free and get started by sending your first 5 cards. Once they start reaching their destinations, cards will be sent back to you in return. And I've built or filled towers full of cards that have come through postcrossing. I've made direct swap friends, so I've been doing that as well. Doesn't have to be an expensive hobby, but it can become one if you decorate your cards and buy lots of stamps and all sorts of things that go with it. So make the hobby what you will, but it's just a great way to connect around the world and see different places and hear from different people. So with that being said, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And here we go. Here's the first profile that I've picked. It is going to the Czech Republic. It says, "Hello, dear postcrossers." She is 39 years old. She lives in a lovely village on the edge of the forest of the Bohemian paradise. I like horse riding, watching birds and butterflies, and growing various flowers in the flower beds, of which I prefer tulips. Since I live at the edge of the forest, that's where I like to go to relax, and in the autumn I go and pick mushrooms there as well. I also really like mountains, their landscapes, lakes, and to discover new places. I like to watch lightning during thunderstorms. And another hobby of mine is painting traveling stones. I work as a nurse, and I have a 5-year-old daughter who also likes to receive mail and is very happy with every single post which she receives. I like otters and foxes, birds of prey, owls, robins, puffins and other birds, dragons, moomins, maxime, blue cats, I mean that's maxi cards, blue cats, excuse me, thousand shen cards, lightning, snakes, national parks and the places that surroundings where you live, funny humor, postcards from Illustris. I've never heard of that one. This is not a condition, it's only a recommendation. I also love postage stamps very much. My heart skips a beat when I get something unusual. I collect stamps, and this year my daughter also started collecting stamps, so I support her. It's a beautiful hobby. So, I wish you a beautiful day. Well, that being said, with this, I will put it in an envelope and send you some stamps too. But I've sent you this one here, Kujawaquak National Park. They're doing a little bird watching there, so she might appreciate that. It's a beautiful boardwalk. It's by the water on the Northumberland coast. And it's also got lots of park area or wooded area where you can do hikes and things. So it's a really nice national park. Probably not one she has in her collection. So that's why I'm happy to send it. All right, the next profile. And I do apologize if I do any coughing and stuff. I do have a little bit of a tickle in my throat. And the more I talk, the worse it gets, unfortunately. The next card is going to Ukraine. It says, "Hello, everyone. She's a 33 years old girl, lives in Kiev. I used to work as a private notary assistant, but in December I became a mom. Congratulations. So now I'm in maternity leave. It's a new interesting period, sometimes hard, but I'm happy. In my free time, I adore traveling, reading, making photos. By the way, I've made a present for myself, and I bought myself a professional camera and make some soy candles with concrete." I've never heard of that either. "Some small details make my life more bright. Morning coffee, yoga classes, reading books, cooking tasty and healthy food, driving, and music like classical or jazz." So there you go. Well, I want to make your day a little bit happier and bright when you go to the post office. So I'm sending you this one here of the laughing dragon with the mouse. It is a nice street art taking a everyday scene that you might see, a curbside with a rock, and drawing around and making this wonderful scene. So hopefully you get a giggle and a chuckle out of that as well. The next card is going to Germany. And he starts by saying, "Slava Ukrainia, stop the war against Ukraine, peace. My name is," and I'm not going to say it is. He's 60 years old. He was born near Bielefeld. In 1999, he moved south and now lives in Speyer, together with his girlfriend and their sons, who is Lucas and Elias. Speyer is a small town, 50,000 inhabitants, mostly known for the cathedral, which belongs to the UNESCO World Heritage Site, or UNESCO World Heritage, excuse me. I have already seen some countries worldwide: USA, Canada, Australia, South Africa, Mexico, Guatemala, and the whole list goes on and on. His hobbies are collecting stamps, coins, reading, football, and of course, both the kids. Favorite postcards. This year, I would love to get Year of the Dragon cards, UNESCO World Heritage, map cards from all over the world. From the US, if possible, please send me postcards with your state map or other cards of your state, like flags, history, interesting facts. Views of your city or your country, buildings, landscapes, natures, beaches, lighthouses, windmills, churches, castles, palaces, towers. Postcrossing meetup cards, World Postcard Day postcards, stadiums, flags of the world, animals of your country like kangaroos, lions, elephants, and pandas, erotic pinup girls, greetings from. Then he's got something here for German postcrossers. Please, no cats, dogs, horses, flowers, or self-made or ad cards. Happy postcrossing. Well, I stopped at the very first one, Year of the Dragon. I figure I've only got a limited time this year to send these out, so I think this might be my last one that I have too. So I'm happy to send it off to fulfill his requirements. Cough break. Excuse me. And no, I'm not sick or anything like that. It's just I've got a tickle left in my throat. I've had it through the week, so I know some of you people were saying get better. I hope you get over the cough. Well, I do hope I get over the cough, but I'm not really all that sick. All right, the next card is going to the United States. It's going to Virginia. I live in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains in southwestern Virginia. I'm happy to spend my life in these beautiful hills. I love architecture, art of all kinds, being creative and making things myself. Each year I have both flowers and vegetable gardens, and I love to see things grow. Anything peanuts, or especially Snoopy. And I'm a winter girl, so if you're from somewhere that has winter scenery, I'd love to see them. I also love good bourbon, so if you enjoy that, tell me what your favorite is. I love postcards of all kinds, so really have no special requests, though I'd love to see where you live. What makes your home special? As a child, I collected postcards of sunsets wherever we traveled, or sunset postcards would be a nice treat, but I'm not picky. Virginia is a beautiful state to visit. We have beaches and mountains, valleys, 4 lovely seasons, and great cities too. If you live in the mountains, I'd love to see them. I also love hotel postcards, and handmade cards are welcome. Well, there were lots of great things in there. She did touch on, if you live in a winter country, send me a winter postcard. Yes, we live in a winter country. We have 4 seasons. But I hate always sending cards that depict Canada as a winter country, because some people think that all Canada is it's covered in snow. We've been having temperatures in the high 30s for the last couple of months. So we are, sometimes going over 100 degrees Fahrenheit up here. And we're not the only place in the country that's like that. So it's kind of nice to show Canada in some of the other seasons that we get to explore. That being said, there were some other really nice things on there, but one of them was handmade cards. Now, I didn't make it, but Wendy did. So happiness is seeing a bee on the flower you planted. So she talked about her garden, her flowers, loving nature. So I'm hoping that she will appreciate that. I can always write something about Canada on the back too. All right. That being said, the next card is going to Germany. She's 44 years old. She's married to a wonderful guy. I'm an introvert person who likes to be in nature and out in the woods. I have a dog called Poppy and 2 cats. I love pottery, painting, crafting, and books. I play the flute. I love bike riding, swimming, and cooking. I'd like to receive postcards from your hometown or your surroundings. I like art and illustrations as well. Oh, and I love birds. Thank you for your kind effort. Well, we have an art card depicting Fundy National Park. So she likes parks and natures, and she likes art. So I thought this might be an appropriate one for Point Wolf in Fundy National Park. Moving right along to the Netherlands. Hello, everybody. He lives in the Netherlands. He's 64 years old, but doesn't feel 63. So he lives in Apeldoorn in the small province of Gelderland. Last year, I was very lucky enough to beat cancer. Hooray! Congratulations. That's a huge feat, and you must be very thrilled with it. It makes me very happy and very thankful that I survived that. I'm still recovering, and it's going well. I love to send postcards, and I love getting them too. I have many hobbies, like model trains, collecting Garfield the cat cards, and cards of Boeing 747s, airplanes, and old pictures of people from the 1940s and 50s, erasers, and many other silly things. Furthermore, I like bike riding, watching YouTube or Walt Disney DVDs, funny movies, musicals, and much, much more. I work as a special kind of nursing home where I help take care of 36 young people who have severe brain damage caused by an illness or accident. It's a good and rewarding job, and sometimes it could get very hard to do, but I always go to work with a positive attitude and with a great big smile. And I always try to make residents feel special and happy because they've been through some very tough times in their young lives before coming to the nursing home. I love vacations, and I always try to visit my family in America. He has a sister in California and a sister in Virginia. I love all kinds of postcards, and I don't have any preference, no demands on what kind of cards I'd like to get. Each one is a gift and very much appreciated. So whatever makes you happy or smile or laugh or makes you feel good inside, think about me and send that to me. If there are any questions, I'll always answer my mail, whether it be a card, letter, or email. Always hear from me. Thanks for reading this very long introduction to Happy Postcrossing to you all. Have a great day. Yeah, there's wonderful things in there. I'm so glad you beat cancer. It is a horrible disease that affects many, many, many families. Yeah, I kind of struggled a little bit with the card. I had a card in mind, and then I quickly changed it. He's into model railroading. I love going to see all model railings. I did collect them as a child, but haven't done it since. But I'm going to send you this one here. So this isn't a model railroad. This is an actual train engine. It is in Centennial Park here in Moncton. They've now built a frame around it to protect it from the elements and also to stop you from climbing on it. But this is how I remember it as a child. This is a vintage postcard. So we used to be able to go up and climb all over the engine, get inside. I know the teenagers at the time used to put garbage in it, and some people used to spray paint on it. And so that's why they really had to protect it, as it got vandalized. But this is how I remember the train. And so if he loves trains, hopefully he'll enjoy this particular train card. I've had this for a little while now. It was sent to me as a vintage card of here in Moncton, and I haven't wanted to part with it because it is a memory. But it's a blank postcard. It's meant to travel, and I want to be able to share these times with other people too. Okay, my next card is going to Italy, and he starts with "No wars give peace a chance." In its evolution, human beings have been seen as great scientific and technological developments. By contrast, little progress has been made in the human capacity to give themselves social structures aimed at the common good. Even today, despite the fact that our planet is sending us signs of suffering through rapid climate change, despite centuries of history having shown us the brutality and futility of war, even today the leaders who emerge in their various national realities have as common characteristics arrogance, ignorance, and attachment to power, which they can only express through policies that favor the interests of multinational corporations, oligarchs, and or militaries that support them, all at the expense of the lives of ordinary people. A famous slogan from French 1968 said, "Imagination is power." Imagination in power. After half a century, we must take note that there has always been stupidity left in power. All right. There's his political stance. It says, "Hello, postcrossers. My name is, and I live in Geneva. I'm an atheist and very interested in environmental and political issues. I love to read essays, novels, and comics, etc. I don't like to travel, but books, just like postcrossing, have allowed me to learn about the world and through some authors fall in love with different countries and languages such as Portuguese, Norwegian, French, Occitan, and Greek that I've tried to study with poor results but have enjoyed. English language skills are also not good, but for postcrossing there is a great help from the computer translator. I enjoy cooking and having lots of friends over for dinner. Usually there are always between 12 and 15 people, but sometimes as many as 25. And for me, these are great occasions for sharing and conversation. I don't put the postcards I receive among my favorites, if I don't put the postcards I receive among my favorites, it is because they are all very welcome. Thank you for giving me some of your time. Send me the postcards you like, even if you can. Don't put it in an envelope because I like to have its own travel stamp. And tell me about yourself, your thoughts, or where you live. But if you are undecided, here are some ideas, views, or pictures of where you live. Best with just one photo because I like to see and appreciate the details. He also likes dragons, peanuts, asterix, existentialism, the cars of Citroën and Renault, Bruce Springsteen, kookaburras, tugboats, fire department activities and vehicles, and all rights issues like human labor, women's, LGBT, education. We are 7 billion people, and we are all different. This complicates things, but it is a great wealth in humanity. We be proud of it. And then he also says, if your postcards don't reach me, don't ask me to register them. We all have this problem. That's the name of the game. So I have decided to send him this single view of Hopewell Rocks. So he gets a view of my area. It's not political. It's not religious. And I'll put some nice stamps on it. So hopefully he enjoys that. Excuse me. The next card is going to Belgium. It says, hello, I'm a retired teacher living in a small town in the Flemish-speaking part of Belgium. I like tourist cards from your country or places where you live, multi or single view cards showing towns and landscape, people and local dress, old vintage cards showing your city or town. And then she lists all her expired cards. So that's all I've got to go on. So I want to send this one here. This is Anna Green Gables' house. I picked this up when I was in Prince Edward Island a few weeks ago. So it's somewhat local, but it's also very famous. So I thought maybe she'd appreciate that. Oh, and if you notice when I'm reading people's profiles, sometimes I pause and things. I'm not reading every profile word for word. Sometimes I either change it if the English isn't 100% proper. I usually fix it up for them, or some words that, you know, some people write a portion in their own language, so I have to skip over that because I'm not going to attempt to read German or Russian or something or other. So if you see some pauses, that's what's happening. I'm reading it, but I might be making some adjustments to accommodate. All right, next card going to Germany. He is 43 years old, passionate traveler who visited many places in the world. He's single and still looking for the true love and the lady who will join him on his vacations. A postcard of your hometown, region, or country where you live or visited would be very nice. Also, I love civil passenger airplanes or airport postcards. Please no military aircraft or stamps. Soccer or sports stadiums are good. Maps and flags. I am collecting hotel key cards. These are very small plastic cards which are for opening the room doors. Kindly appreciate if you can send one. I'm also happy to swap room keys. Many thanks. Please postcards with stamps and not in an envelope. Kindly please add the date you wrote the postcard. Really much appreciated. I'm sending lots of postcards in travel mode. Also have exotic countries and places. So far I've sent from 33 different countries. In November 2023, visited the Cocos Keelings Islands and was very happy to be the very first one to send a postcard from there. My favorite phrases are a man who travels the world over in search of what he needs and returns home to find it. Enjoy nature, taking nothing but photos, leave nothing but footsteps. Well, there's some innovation in that, and he likes planes. I'm going to send this one from the Alexander Graham Bell a National Historic Site in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. So it might be something he doesn't have. It does have aircraft in, which he enjoys. And there's some innovation in there and some imagination and thinking. All right. This one's going next door. It's going to Portland, Maine. So not very far away from me at all. Any cards are welcome. I have no egregious demands, but I look at my favorites if you'd like some guidance. His name is, and he's a writer, a photographer, a filmmaker. He recently moved to Maine after living in DC, Philadelphia, New York, Chicago, Seattle, and abroad in China, Poland, Malta, and most recently in the Ukraine, where he worked as an English teacher. I've been keeping journals since I was a teenager and now make my own hardcover leather books. I also collect lots of ephemera from my travels, such as bus tickets, food labels, maps, museum brochures, etc. And I have saved every letter and postcard anyone has ever sent me. My intention for direct swaps are pen pal letter exchanges. If you wish to write more lengthy correspondence, please get in touch with me. Well, we're keeping it simple as he's a neighbor. I'm going to send this one here from the Sackville Marsh. So 20 minutes down the road. He likes photography, and this is a great place to catch great pictures of birds and wildlife and just a nice walk. All right, I think we've come to the final one that I'm going to send, and it's going to Belgium. My name is, I almost said it too. Oops. Her name is, and she collects postcards and tourist flat magnets. My hobbies are photography, animals, natures, my family postcards, and Christmas. It's probably the most beautiful time of the year. I have a dog, a chow chow, Holly, and I love taking care of her. Animals are my soulmates. I like the cards to be decorated as well as my envelopes. Let yourself go on in decorations. I like everything. Masking tape, stickers, collages, cuttings, drawings, and everything you can create. If you draw a drawing, I'm happy. You can even do it if you don't want to write. I'd very much like to receive beautiful views from your country. For example, living in the U.S., I collect all the postcards from all the states. I like seasonal colors. I love greeting cards, folded cards, whether for my birthday, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, best wishes, etc. I'm a fan of folded cards. I find them so pretty, and the bigger they are, the more I like them. I like square cards, round cards, standard cards, non-standard cards, larger than. I'm not a philatelist, but I like there to be beautiful stamps on my cards and envelopes because I keep them preciously. I'm not a fan of stamps that you print yourself. If it was possible to write my address by hand as well as the date and temperature, please, it will be appreciated. If you don't know what to write, give me the names of your animals. I'm glad to find any card in my mailbox, but if you need some ideas, a beautiful view or multi-view landscapes of your country, a view or multi-view of a big heart in the center and several small hearts, illustrated views of your region and other regions, pre-printed tourist envelopes, lighthouses, windmills, seabirds, chow-chows, bottles in the sea, beach baskets, illustrated Paris, illustrated sunflowers, illustrated lighthouses, illustrated seas. She likes the illustrated. Thomas Kincaid, Pauline Lowney, Inglook, Kaldar Publishing House, a cat by a whole bunch of cats, blue cats, and then all these other people that have cat cards, Little Prince Snoopy, meetup cards, postcrossing from animal parks, theme parks, including Disneyland, Disney World, holiday cards such as Christmas, Easter, birthday, St. Patrick's Day, Thanksgiving. No self-printed cards, nor any photos taken by you, no matter how beautiful they are. No black and white cards, please. Thank you for taking the time to read and look forward to exchanging. I invite you to consult my album. All right. Well, there were lots of different suggestions in there, but I have gone with lighthouses. That was one of her suggestions on there. So here's some lighthouses of Prince Edward Island. We have some room on the back for decorating. Now, she did say she wanted her address handwritten. I'm not going to do that, even though she did say she wanted to, because I want to make sure it gets to its destination, and I have very poor handwriting, and I've learned that in the past that I can just cut the address off these profile pages that I did, and it will reach their destination. So I will make up for it by decorating it instead. So this will be the card that we'll decorate, and we'll do that right now. Here we go. Here's our lovely Prince Edward Island Lighthouse card. On the back, we have this much space. Now, there is something that talks about the lighthouses, so we're not going to cover that up, but I'm going to put washi tape here in the corner, and if you've seen me do it before, this is how it goes. So, we're going to run this one, maybe. She does say she has a dog, but she talked about wanting about every different type of cat card that's out there. So we're going to go with some cat washi tape. Start with that big strip there. Save that corner piece. And then let's add a little color down below too. clean up the edges. We got room for one more there. Then I usually save those little bits because you never know when you want to fill in a corner. So there's that. I do have the address that I've cut out, so we're going to set that aside. The stamps that we're going to use, we're going to continue with one of them for the theme of the animals. And this is one of the charity stamps that came out. You can see all of them. If you have a black light, like I do, you can see that the balloon will glow. So that's kind of cool. We're also going to put some little stamps on there too of nature. So these are nature scenes. This one here is from Prince Edward Island. I'm going to get one more nature scene there too. There. So there's the amount of postage that we need. I'm going to tape this address on, and then I know how much space it's going to take. Excuse me. Take that away from you for a second. Find the right space to put this in. I don't want to cover up too much of the washi tape that I think is cute. Alright, so I have an address on there. I also want to put one of my hedgehog stickers on there, so we'll put that in the bottom corner. Peel that off. Of course, the downside of doing this is that you cover up some of that beautiful washi tape that we put there. So you can see there's the hedgehog sticker sticking out. It's covering that bottom corner. The address is showing up in there. And the postal ID is there as well. All right, so that's on there. Next thing we want to do, we have this space down there. I like to cover up those barcodes. So let's put it, what do we want to do? Let's put floral maybe. Put a little floral down there. And with the floral, we can, make sure, take it over the edge like so, and then I'll chop off this part. And we'll reuse that, maybe over here on the edge. There. So we can have there and there, same thing. We're going to put an airmail sticker on. That'll cover up that ugly barcode. She says she likes Disney. So I've got these Disney stickers. So why not put a little Disney fun on there. We'll throw it up by the stamps. She wants decorations. She's getting decorations. What else can we throw on there? Excuse me. Have a quick rummage through this drawer. I want to find something else that might be appropriate. Is she a super reader? I don't. Oh, it's too childlike. Let's stick with that for now, because we still have to write a message and the date. So August the 4th, 2024, or what, 30 degrees outside. My YouTube channel, in case she wants to look it up. You guys can say it at home. It's That Dad Guy. We're going to say hello, and we're going to say it by drawing the little guy that I like to draw. Sometimes with hair, sometimes without hair. Gets a jaw, gets a neck. We do that. We'll give him some arms. We'll give him a little belt buckle, and there's his legs and arms go down there. So there's our little drawing. And I will say, I live in Moncton on the East Coast. Cool, it's hard to see it go of Canada. Hope you are well. And then my name, and there you have it. A quick little drawn, decorated card with a little washi tape, some nice stamps, some stickers, and a personal drawing which he asked for. Ta-da! Just like that, I've got 10 cards left to do, so I better get at filling these ones out. Tomorrow's a holiday, so there is no mail traveling tomorrow, so it gives me a little bit of time to make sure that they're all complete. But that's what I got to do now. Hopefully you guys have had a great weekend. Excuse me. And are getting a little post-crossing done while you're at it. You guys have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?